China has a 15% corporate tax. We had a close to 40. We cut ours to theirs. They go to zero. Tell U.S. companies and others become state-connected, controlled by the Communist Party that takes Christians and Buddhists and houses them in facilities and harvests their organs, executes them for their religion and sells their organs, executes Christians and Buddhists for secretly conducting their religion in their own homes, and kills them. Not a word out of Hollywood, not a word anywhere. And now the Dow Jones Industrial Average is down 20.45, still well above 25,365. China may halt purchases of U.S. Treasuries, markets rattled. We can pull the CNBC up and show folks the latest with the Dow Jones Industrial Average. But when you pull back from this, think about it. A foreign communist dictatorship can then dictate what's happening inside our nation and drive down the stock market substantively right now. The S&P's down 4.67, NASDAQ 26.34, and then it just goes on from there. Let's pull the Dow Jones Industrial Average up for folks right there. We're watching on television. Think about that. China has a 15% corporate tax. We had a close to 40. We cut ours to theirs. They go to zero. Tell U.S. companies and others become state-connected, controlled by the Communist Party that takes Christians and Buddhists and houses them in facilities and harvests their organs, executes them for their religion and sells their organs, executes Christians and Buddhists for secretly conducting their religion in their own homes, and kills them. Not a word out of Hollywood, not a word anywhere. And now the Dow Jones Industrial Average is down 20.45, still well above 25,365. And without even looking this morning, I knew that I would go look and find pundits saying, look, Trump's policy on China has already hurt the markets, as they cheerlead an attempt to tank the markets to try to kill the nationalism that we've rekindled. Incredible. Communist China comes to our private Federal Reserve that set up this monetary policy to put us into debt, and they become the biggest owner of U.S. fiat treasuries, so that the communist Chinese, the greatest mass murderers in history, can hold us by the short hairs. Oh, but instead we get to hear about Russia, who's fended off the globalist takedown operation, is trying to stabilize its population and put fires out. If Russia's like a ship, big old ship, long history, culture, past, it's got smoking, burning holes all over it, but at least it's not run by the people that blew the holes in it. And that's its crime. We, on the other hand, run by Hollywood, run by the communist Chinese, run by the folks that hate flyover country as their religion. In all their internal tapes and diaries and admissions, they hate Christians. They hate poor black people. They hate poor white people, poor Hispanics. They're elitists. They're feudal lords. And they play us all off against each other. And then you've got Trump saying, we're just going to match the tax you have so that it's more fair. And they go, we're going to zero. You don't hear Bernie Sanders or Hillary complaining that communist China went to zero corporate tax for the big rich fat cats. Oh, no. It's the Trump 15 points to give trillions to rich people. No, the rich people wrote the law to move it offshore. And I know you know that. But just to watch them prey on the economically illiterate public in this country, and to watch Owen Schroyer go out, and every person he talked to supported Trump's tax plan when they told him it was for Bernie, and that Bernie supported it. But as soon as they told him it was Trump's, they said, you're fake news, you're a liar, except for one black guy. And he said, okay, I'm ignorant. I need to get informed. All the delicate genius white people, and we just continue to see this, are really it's actually what they say, that white people are kind of the problem, liberal white people. Because I'm serious, we go out, we interview them, they're the worst. And they're always the cheerleaders wanting to virtue signal how they know everything and they're great and blah, blah, blah. Now, those young ladies were somewhat nice. You know, this older lady just says fake news. And he says, well, thank you for talking to me. I appreciate you, and shakes her hand. And she just bowls past him and says, fake news. No, we read to you his tax plan. You said you supported it because Bernie Sanders was behind it. And then when you heard that it wasn't, you hissed and ran off. Utilities cutting rates, cite benefits of Trump tax reform. Yeah. 9 years ago, 50+% of our power was from coal. It was down to like 30% under Obama. You let that power come back on the market, turn those clean plants back on again, and you're talking about trillions in the next decade of tax cuts. As Trump said, getting rid of regulations, bringing back the coal. All of this is the equivalent of tax cuts. And then you get real tax cuts on top of that.
You know, someone very profoundly once said many years ago that if fascism ever comes to America, it'll come in the name of liberalism.
You're a white male! You're a white man!